And those are a look at your headlines. Back to you.
All right, Heather, thank you very much.
Thanks, Heather.
All right, so much to go over, including what's on the foremost of your mind, and that's your money. A Fox Business Alert now. You're looking live at the New York Stock Exchange where everyone is called in sick. Only kidding. They don't open yet, but Wall Street bracing for another wild ride as Chinese stocks plunge again overnight, but that might not affect us.
That's right. Rich Edson is live in Washington with how the candidates are reacting to this. Good morning to you, Rich.
Yeah, good morning, Elizabeth. And usually federal officials refuse to comment on day-to-day market developments, though yesterday was quite a day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 1,000 points in the first 5 minutes, cut its losses down, though still down more points over the past 3 trading days than ever. Still, the White House is reassuring investors.
What I would encourage people to evaluate is the ongoing strength and resilience of the U.S. economy.
The Republicans are blaming the White House for this market instability.
He borrowed it from the Chinese. Lots and lots of money from the Chinese. And remember that when the Chinese hold this much of our debt, if the Chinese get a cough, we get the flu.
This president seems to think that if we just put some more regulations, raise taxes, and make it harder for businesses to succeed, that maybe the economy will get better.
The White House says the economy is far more stable than when President Obama took over during the economic freefall of 2009. As for the markets this morning, there are indications for a stronger opening following these historic losses. Back to you.
All right, Rich Edson, thank you very much. That's right. Looks like right now the Dow futures are pointing up. There could be some bargain hunters looking at cheap stocks to buy first thing this morning. So as you know, one of the main issues for Donald Trump, catapulting his candidacy where he's leading just about everywhere, including the national polls, has been his stand on immigration. Build the wall and throw all illegals out, including those illegals who have children here, born here. He wants them all out. It's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to break up a lot of families, and there could be dramatic situations like the ones we saw with Elian Gonzalez and his family being tossed out. Are we going to invest that type of money? Those are the questions that Jeb Bush has brought up before as he went to the border to outline the differences between Donald Trump and Jeb Bush.
That's right. Well, Donald Trump yesterday here in the program, I watched it while I was at home with the kids. He had some words backing his plan right now, though Jeb Bush happens to say this is not practical and it's going to cost a lot of money.
Mr. Trump's plans are not grounded in conservative principles. It would cost hundreds of billions of dollars. It's not realistic. It won't be implemented. And we need border security to be able to deal with getting this country back on track. So I'm not going to get into the issues of what he said and I said. The simple fact is that his proposal is unrealistic. It will cost hundreds of billions of dollars. It will violate people's civil liberties. It will create friction with our third largest trading partner that's not necessary. And I think he's wrong about this.
Okay, so there you've got the guy who is number 2 in a lot of polls responding to the guy who is number 1 in a lot of polls and what he said on our show yesterday. He also joined Bill O'Reilly last night, and now here he is responding to Jeb, who is responding to Trump on our show.
He talks about civil liberties. We have illegal people that came in illegally. You tell me about civil liberties. We have to get them out. And some of these people are causing tremendous problems. All you have to do is look at the crime wave, number one. As far as Mexico being the largest part, they are making a fortune. We're not making anything. Mexico's making a fortune because their leaders are smarter. They know what they're doing. Our people are grossly incompetent. Nabisco is now moving to Mexico. Ford is building a massive automobile plant in Mexico. They took a plant from Tennessee. It's going into Mexico. We're getting killed.
Yeah, but those are American companies moving to Mexico. They're making economic choices. There's got to be incentives to keep them here. And also, in the big picture yesterday, I just think that we have a situation which is so easily solvable. Take 2 years, seal the border, get a bipartisan committee to decide whether it's sealed or not, and then address about the illegals that are here.
Who do you think is right, Donald Trump or Jeb Bush?
And I'll tell you one thing, Donald Trump did something totally out of control yesterday. He started tweeting against Megyn Kelly, totally unwarranted, professionally and personally. You should not be going after her, and that actually bothers me personally.
Well,
and we're also friends with Donald Trump, but he is totally out of bounds reigniting that fight. I don't know if he expects to get ratings out of that or poll numbers, but he's not going to be successful.
Well, he's not holding back, that's for sure.